Hello, this is John Browett. I'm the Acting General Manager of the CC-Link Partner Association for Europe, and today we are going to cover the Gateway to China webinar. This is a program that the CC-Link Partner Association is offering, which will allow European companies manufacturing devices to enter the Chinese market more easily by receiving assistance with development of products and also marketing of products in the Chinese market. Our webinar is divided into 4 parts. The first part is an overview of what CC-Link is, the network itself. The second part is an examination of the opportunities in the Chinese market. The third part is an examination of why CC-Link is poised to take advantage of those opportunities. And then finally, we're going to look at the Gateway to China program itself and the benefits on offer. So let's take a look at what CC-Link is as a technology for automation. CC-Link is an open network for automation. In basic terms, it connects sensors and actuators to controllers and allows controllers to share information. It reduces wiring and cost, and it also increases performance. But the key point for this presentation and users of CC-Link in general is that it has become a de facto standard in many Asian industries. As we will see in this presentation, it's become a network of choice for many different industries, and this is the nature of the opportunity that we are presenting here. This slide gives you a little overview of how the CC-Link architecture looks. As you can see here, there are 2 main levels to it. We have the CC-Link IE control level, which is used to share information between controllers. And then below that, we have the CC-Link IE field, which is an Ethernet-based network used to link controllers to field devices such as sensors and actuators. Also at that level, we have the CC-Link field bus technology, which is RS485 technology, which is also used for standard field bus applications, linking sensors and actuators and so on. Finally, at the top of the pyramid, we have the information level networks, which CC-Link can connect to. This is typically systems for MES or ERP, and this would be to communicate with systems such as SAP and other IT systems. So this slide gives you a breakdown of those 2 networks in terms of the technology they actually use. From the Ethernet side of the technology, on the left side, we have CC-Link IE control, which is a gigabit Ethernet technology used to link controllers together. And then below that, we have CC-Link IE field, which is also a gigabit technology, but is intended for the connection of field devices to controllers. And the important point here is that both of these networks use the gigabit Ethernet technology. This is something which is unique on the market at this point. There are no other open network technologies based on Ethernet which operate at the gigabit level. Then on the right side, we have the field bus networks, which CC-Link also offers. We have CC-Link itself, an RS485 based field bus. We have CC-Link Safety, which is a similar technology but intended for safety applications. So it's SIL 3 certified for safety critical applications. And then finally, we have CC-Link LT, which is a lower level bit bus type of network, which is intended for the economical connection of simple digital devices. We created the brand name, the Non-Stop Open Network, to capture some of the key points about what CC-Link can offer from a business perspective. But what this basically comes down to is that CC-Link has many technical features included in its technology which allow you to continue operation even in the face of adverse events. So say for example a cable is cut or disconnected, or a controller goes offline, or a field device ceases to operate correctly. These are all events which are common on the shop floor, but which CC-Link is designed to handle without causing adverse effects on the rest of the network. Basically, what this translates into is greater uptime, and so therefore maximum productivity, hence the name non-stop. So let's take a look about how CC-Link has built its global base over the years. This slide here shows how we went from being a network which was basically only used in the Japanese market about 10 years ago, and how since that time, as you can see on the pie chart on the right, it's become globally accepted. As you can see here, the acceptance of the network has spread all around the world, and to the point now where, although it's still widely used in the Japanese market, it's only really accounting for about 1/3 of our partner membership of the CC-Link Partner Association. So what this has led to is that as of the middle of 2011, we have almost 9 million devices installed globally, which I think you'll agree is a very significant installed base and shows that there's been a tremendous uptake of CC-Link globally, as well as in the Asian market. So when it comes to actually controlling the management and technological development of CC-Link, there is a board which is responsible for that oversight, and as you can see here, the board is composed of 6 key companies, of which are all well-known names in the automation industry. And I think the key point to take away from this slide is that these are all well-known global successful corporations, and I think the fact that they have decided to become involved with the future direction and management of CC-Link shows what level of success it has achieved on the global marketplace. When it comes to Europe, again, we have significant support from European companies. This slide here shows some of the key companies who are involved in supporting CC-Link, and the key point here is not only are they supporting CC-Link in general, but they are also key sponsors for the Gateway to China campaign. So these companies are all on board offering their support to further the aims of this campaign. You'll also see at the bottom here that we also have media sponsorship. IML Media, which is one of the leading publishers for the European automation marketplace, also are sponsoring the program through their publications Control Engineering Europe and DPA. This map shows how, as well as our strength in Asia, as we've already covered, and the way that we also have developed that strength globally, this is showing how we actually can offer support on a global basis across the world. So you can see here we do have offices throughout the world, and the key point is that basically almost wherever you are in the automation marketplace, there's a CC-Link office close to where you are. And a final point on this slide is that one of the key things that we promote for CC-Link is its high degree of interoperability with other devices on the network. The way we actually enforce this is to make conformance testing a highly recommended requirement of joining the network. And as you can see here, the larger circles show that there are conformance test centers in a variety of locations worldwide. So no matter where you are doing development, getting conformance testing done at a local facility is usually not an issue. So that's giving you an overview of what CC-Link is as a technology and its key benefits as regards using it in applications. So let's talk a little bit now about the opportunities that the Chinese market offers itself. Most people already know that China is a market which is extremely important for growth globally. I think we've all seen the newspaper articles and TV stories about China's continuing global economic strength. But as you can see here, it is the world's second largest GDP. It's got the world's fastest growing economy at the moment. So I think it goes without saying that there's a tremendous amount of opportunities that are available in that market. A key point perhaps that illustrates this is the fact that at the moment China is regarded as being the world's largest automotive market. The figures indicate that in recent years the demand for autos in China has reached around 13 million vehicles, which puts it ahead of the United States and Japan. So given the fact that the automotive industry is a key consumer of automation products and systems, I think it's easy to see what kind of opportunities are available in that market. Another key point to consider is the 5-year plans of the Chinese market. This is something that the Chinese government has been implementing for a considerable period of time. We're now on the 12th 5-year plan, which begins in 2011, this year. And the key objectives of this plan is to improve and promote manufacturing by encouraging equipment replacement and upgrade of production equipment. So again, it's clear to see that this offers a clear opportunity to the automation industry. As demand for new equipment rises as a result of this plan, you can see that obviously there is going to be a strong demand for automation. And as we'll see in the coming slides, CC-Link is well placed to take advantage of those opportunities. So that's giving you an overview of some of the opportunities that China offers from an economic point of view. I think we can see that it's offered large potential in the past, but it's also clear to see that because of things like the 5-year plan, it will also offer huge potential in the future. So let's talk a little bit about how CC-Link is poised to take advantage of the opportunities that we've just examined. So why is CC-Link a good choice for China? Well, there's 3 key reasons for this. The first reason is, as we will see in the coming slides, CC-Link can be regarded as a de facto standard in the Asian market. As we'll see in a moment, there's several industries where CC-Link has a dominant presence, which again translates to good opportunities for European companies. Also, this means that for companies looking to expand globally, obviously China is top of the list for most companies, so CC-Link therefore becomes a key enabling technology for that kind of expansion. And then finally, the actual technology itself is relatively simple to implement. So for companies who want to get on board with CC-Link, it offers relatively simple technical development so that getting a product developed and out to market is not such an issue as it may be with some of the other networks. So let's take a look at some third-party market data, which gives you an outline of how CC-Link has established its presence in the Asian market. This chart is extracted from a report by the ARC Advisory Group, a key market research organization for automation based in the United States. And it shows here the trend of sales for different suppliers in the Asian market. The red bar indicates that CC-Link is far ahead of many of the competing networks in that market. Certainly it shows a very strong leadership position from this graph. If we turn to another report from the European market research company IMS, this also shows that for the next few years, CC-Link is expected to enjoy a higher growth rate than many of its competitors. So again, not only has it established a leadership position, but it's set to maintain that position as we go forward. So we mentioned that CC-Link has become a de facto standard in Asia, so let's get some specific examples of how that has become established. The chart here shows that we are looking at the flat panel display industry, and although we're not allowed to name some of the companies involved using their actual names, this chart is actually intended to give you a feel for which companies are operating in that industry and what their implementation of CC-Link looks like. And I think the key thing to consider here is the red column. on the right side. You'll see here that in many of these companies, CC-Link has achieved an extremely significant share of the technologies being used for networking in those companies. So much to the point that I think it's safe to say that the computer monitor that you're probably looking at this presentation on right now, and no doubt the TV that you have in your home at the moment, probably have LCD panels in them which were manufactured on production lines that were automated using CC-Link. So you might have been looking at that table on the previous slide and thinking, well, this is all well and good, but many of those companies actually aren't Chinese. So how does that help us with the Gateway to China program? Well, hopefully this map answers that question. The key point is that although many of those companies are Asian but not based in China, many of these companies are actually already in the process of setting up manufacturing facilities in the Chinese market. And the key point here is that, as we saw, they are using CC-Link on an extensive basis. When they move to China, there's an extremely high likelihood that they will be taking CC-Link with them. So therefore, all these manufacturing sites we see here, when they are established in China, there's a very good chance that they will be using CC-Link there too. So really what we can say is this will only serve to strengthen CC-Link's market position in the Chinese market. Let's consider another example. Obviously the Asian automotive industry has become very successful on a global basis, and again they are very large users of the CC-Link technology. So once again this chart shows the different levels of uptake that this industry has taken with CC-Link, and as we can see, again, there's very significant levels of usage of CC-Link in the industry. And it's not just the automotive companies themselves. Many of the tier 1 suppliers, such as for example in the tire industry, are also heavy users of the CC-Link network technologies. So once again we can see that there's very good opportunities afforded by CC-Link in this industry. Most of these companies are in the process of setting up extensive networks of manufacturing plants in the Chinese market to capitalize on the extremely hot automotive market as we saw at the beginning. So again, what this means to us trying to implement CC-Link for sale in China is that when these guys move to China, they're going to be taking CC-Link with them, and so therefore there's going to be a large opportunity for CC-Link technology in the Chinese market as a result. So let's step back away from the industries for a moment and consider another source of encouragement for using CC-Link in China. This little table shows you the various different standards to which the CC-Link network technologies are certified, but the key one from our point of view for the Gateway to China program is the one on the 4th row. The GBT standards are Chinese government standards which are intended to indicate that given technologies meet the Chinese government's requirements for various different industries. And what we see here is that CC-Link is actually certified to 2 different GBT standards in the Chinese market. So the result of this for you as a company looking to implement CC-Link technology is that this means that not only are industries in China looking to use CC-Link in their production facilities, but the Chinese government is actually actively encouraging the use of this technology in those facilities. So there's kind of a double win here. Not only are the companies themselves looking to use it, but the Chinese government itself is encouraging the use of it too. So again, this adds up to a significant opportunity for using CC-Link in China. When it comes to development, the development process is relatively simple for CC-Link. It's based on familiar technology, depending on whether you're using the field bus or Ethernet. And we have proven reference designs which shorten development and assist conformance testing. As far as the actual network communication is concerned, you don't need to concern yourself with that too much because most of the protocol is handled by an ASIC, which means that a detailed knowledge of the protocol itself isn't really required. When it comes to actually starting devices up and getting them to work, again, the ASIC has a state machine technology built into it, which avoids complex interrupts or any fragmented handling of data. So again, that makes things simpler. And then finally, when it comes to actually operating a device on the network, rather than having complex object dictionaries or mapping, it uses a simple shared memory model, which means that the communication between stations on the network is much simpler than perhaps some other technologies use. Let's also take a look at how you can expect to receive support when you're in the Chinese market. This map shows that there's a fairly comprehensive network of support throughout China. There's over 20 different locations throughout China where either CC-Link itself has an office through the CC-Link Partner Association, or one of our key partners such as Mitsubishi Electric has a local presence. So I think you'll agree that almost no matter where you are in China, there's going to be some support close by. If you're wondering why there's no support in the northwest region of China, that's basically because, if you know the Chinese geography well, you'll know that that's a fairly rural area and there's not much industry. So I think really from the point of view of the industrial and commercial areas, we've pretty much got the whole country covered. So to summarize this section, I think we can agree that CC-Link has indeed become a de facto standard in many industries, and how this will translate into opportunities in the Chinese market. Of course, it's also going to mean greater Chinese market access. If you're developing CC-Link and you can see that there's companies in that market who are looking to use CC-Link, then obviously that gives you greater market access, but also it increases your future opportunities as a company. And finally, as we've seen, the development path for CC-Link is arguably simpler than with some other networks that you may consider. So finally, let's come to the final part of the presentation, which is why the Gateway to China? What is the Gateway to China program, and how is it going to help you get started and strengthen your business in the Chinese market? The program divides into two main parts. There is the key part at the beginning of actually getting a product developed. But then of course, once you've actually developed the product, you need to be able to put it on the market in China and make sure it's enjoying sales. So let's take a look at how we can help you with these two areas. When it comes to development support, CLPA does have a network of offices around the world. So no matter whether you're doing your development locally in Europe, or maybe you even have development facilities in Asia, the point is that we have local offices close by where we can offer free of charge development support. And of course, this means that you have local office staff, so language is not likely to be an issue for you, and also the time zones will not be an issue. So therefore, you'll find that the support process itself is probably more convenient than dealing with offices which may not be in your part of the world. When it comes to actually developing a device, for companies that join the Gateway to China program, we will provide free of charge development samples to them. So this will actually allow you to obtain a kit of parts, which means you will have all the necessary devices to develop CC-Link products, and these will be available in a number of different forms depending on which kind of product you're trying to develop. 3M is one of our board members, and they are offering support for development in the form of free cable. You may be wondering why this is a valuable benefit. The main issue here is that when you are developing products and getting them ready for conformance testing, cable is essential to build sample networks and do testing. So this will mean that when it gets to that stage of development, you'll be able to get the cable you need to actually get that stage completed in an easier way. So that covers the development benefits we're offering. For companies who sign up for the program, we are also offering marketing support to get the product off the ground in the Chinese market. And this splits down into these four categories here. Basically, it divides into print media advertising, roadshow and fair participation, webinar participation, and also advertising that CLPA China does itself through its own publications. So as far as the Chinese print media is concerned, for companies who sign up for the Gateway to China program, we're offering the ability to place free of charge advertising in 3 key Chinese publications. And perhaps for European readers, probably the most well-known one will be Control Engineering. Control Engineering is well known in the European and North American markets, but it also has a sister publication in the Chinese market. So again, this is a valuable way of exposing your product in that market. And the demographics these magazines cover virtually all industries that you would be interested in trying to sell a product to. So we think this is a valuable promotional channel for getting your product exposed in the Chinese market. As well as the print media, obviously in modern marketing campaigns, the internet plays a crucial role. And for companies who are looking to get on board with our program, we offer 2 different ways of taking advantage of that. In China, there are 2 leading automation and industrial market portals. One is Kongzi.net and the other one is Gongkong.com. Between these 2 portals, they cover virtually the entire Chinese automation market. And as you can see from these screenshots here, there's many European companies who have already taken advantage of this portal. So by joining the Gateway to China program, this would also be available to you at no charge. When it comes to actual face-to-face interaction with potential customers, we run a variety of roadshows throughout China. In the past year, we've been operating these on approximately a once-a-month basis throughout all major cities and areas in China where there's any significant industrial base. We are typically drawing in the neighborhood of about 100 people to each of these seminars, and they are getting first-hand accounts of what CC-Link can do for their businesses. We also have demos on display at these roadshows, as you can see in the lower image there. So again, this offers you the opportunity to have your product in one of these roadshow demos so that people can actually see it exists as a physical product and ask questions and generally interact with your representatives about what this can do for them. But the key point for companies who join this program is that this is simplified because there's no organizational overhead. We will take care of setting these roadshows up and organizing them, and all you really need to provide to us is the material that needs to be promoted during the roadshow. Now, obviously, China is an extremely large country. It's probably bigger than Europe combined. So there's always going to be parts of the market which we cannot reach, no matter how much advertising or how many roadshows we conduct. So the way we are addressing that is by using webinars, like the one that you're looking at now. We have our colleagues in China who are continually running a series of webinars, and these webinars can be tailored to whatever subject we need to cover at the time. So obviously this offers an opportunity to Gateway to China participants in that we can have you promote your product through one of these webinars and therefore reach the widest possible Chinese audience. CLPA also conducts its own advertising activities in China. We've produced a variety of advertising supplements. These are offered in many different Chinese magazines. So again, the opportunity exists for Gateway to China participants to actually promote their product through these supplements. And these are distributed with major Chinese publications. So once again, it provides a valuable free of charge marketing channel for companies getting on board with the program. Our partner in Asia, Mitsubishi Electric, is also offering the ability to visit different facilities operated by them in the market over there. And the idea of this is that it acts as a promotional aid for any promotion that you may be considering as a company. Usually, seeing a large installed base for any system can have a powerful effect on companies thinking of using it. These factories here have an extensive installed base of CC-Link in operation, so they are willing to allow companies to come and tour these facilities as a promotional aid. Another opportunity that exists through the program is the ability to receive preferential pricing on third-party development hardware. You may well be familiar with the companies Hilscher and HMS in the European market. They are both very well known for offering network development systems and technology which allows you to embed networks in your product. They both support CC-Link with their NetX and Anybus technologies, and for companies joining this program, they are offering preferential pricing on using these technologies in your products. So we would suggest that you contact Hilscher or HMS for further details of this. So in summary, this adds up to a package of marketing and technical support which is worth several thousand euros. No doubt you already have your own advertising activities in the Chinese market, but we feel that what the Gateway to China program offers is the ability to have a crucial third-party endorsement of your own activities. So we believe this will add to your presence in the market and increase your credibility with customers in the Chinese market. So you may be asking yourself, this seems like a really good program and a lot of excellent benefits are on offer. So you might be asking, what are we expecting in return? Really, all we're expecting for companies to get on board with the Gateway to China is joining the CC-Link Partner Association as a regular member. What this means is we expect you to join for a fee of 1,000 euros per year, and in return for that, as well as the Gateway to China benefits, we will actively promote your products globally through our network of offices and websites. Of course, the other thing we would hope that companies who join the Gateway to China program would be willing to do would be to work with us on PR opportunities and case studies and so on to help develop the presence of CC-Link in the European market, so that ultimately, as well as you being able to take advantage of the Chinese opportunities, we can also strengthen the market's position in Europe as well. So finally, just to summarize this presentation, we believe that a company who joins us with the Gateway to China promotion will increase their Chinese market access and penetration. As we've seen, this has become a key enabling technology for industries in China, and therefore by adopting CC-Link, we believe this is something you're going to be able to leverage. But also, as well as your own existing development and marketing resources, we see this program as being a way for you to extend those resources and achieve greater success in the Chinese market. Because we have a real-world value package on offer here, we think this is going to help you build for the future and actually develop your sales in the Chinese market over time. So it only remains for me to say thank you for your attention. And if you want to get in touch with us to discuss this further or just to learn more, there's several different ways to do that. You can email us directly at g2c@clpaeurope.com. You can call us, or alternatively, you can just visit our website, cclinkg2c.com, where you can read more information about the program. That concludes this presentation. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.